What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we've got the Ventura back in here for just a couple of little minor things. I'm not getting too involved in it. I just wanted to do a couple little just minor things. I want to get the battery mounted in the trunk. I got to run the wire, obviously, and I want to try to mount the power disconnect somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to do that yet. And I kind of got under it and was checking the rear end again. I was hoping it was going to be something simple, like just a loose pinion nut, but it's not. So that rear end is junk, and I'm having zero luck trying to find another one. So I guess I'm either just going to have to build this one, or hopefully something will pop up pretty soon. I found a few that were like far away, but I don't really feel like traveling far away for one right now. I am going to swap steering wheels. I know that's not really important, but I hate that steering wheel. I bought a new one for the gray car, so I've got the one that came out of the gray car that I'm gonna put in this. But right now I wanted to get the battery out from under the hood because it doesn't fit, and I'm afraid, even though I don't drive the car a lot, but just like moving it around, I'm afraid it's gonna arc on the bottom of the hood. So I got to run the wire all the way up to the starter. So I got to take all these old wires off and figure out where to ground, you know, this back here. I thought about welding a little nut onto the roll bar, but you know, this, unfortunately, this tank back here is not vented great, and I'm afraid I'm gonna blow myself up. So I may just run it through and find a place to bolt it to the frame, or, you know, subframe or whatever. Haven't really decided exactly what I'm going to do yet, but so I'm going to try to figure that out, and we'll get back on in just a second. Well, I got the battery in the trunk. We're not going to look at how I routed all the wires. We're just going to not show that. I got the steering wheel replaced, and really that's about all I did. I was really kind of hoping I was going to find some little something going on with the rear end, and that'd be a fix for it, but no such luck. So I'm still on the hunt for parts for this. Still not really sure exactly what I'm gonna do with this car yet. I definitely got to find a rear end, or build a rear end or something, and I gotta come up with, you know, the powertrain I want to put in it eventually. That's gonna have to be changed because that motor that's in it is just a dog. And so we're looking at motor, transmission, rear end for sure. And then I've got pretty much everything to do the suspension, but I'm not really in the mood to do it until the car's ready to be, you know, driven on a regular basis. Right now it's just sitting outside, so I'm not gonna waste the time messing with it. I just want to do these couple little things, just, I don't know, just because I wanted to, I guess. And so I think we're going to get it out now, and till we can find some more stuff for it, and then get back on this. It's time to start cutting and welding on this thing. I got the kind of drug the patch panels out for the floor. I'm going to take the doors off, I think, or at least one for right now, and get all the rest of the wiring stripped out of here. And then we're going to start with this, the rear driver's side first. That's that piece there. We'll probably cut that down a little bit to fit, you know, just cover just what we have to, but that'll probably be next. Like I said, I just wanted to tinker with this for a few minutes today. I just want to get those things out of the way. I did put again, don't look at how I routed everything, but I did put a cutoff switch because I don't like leaving these cars sitting with the battery hooked up, and I didn't want to have to unhook the battery every time, so I just threw that on there real quick. I'll redo all that a lot better once we make a decision on, you know, motor and transmission and all that stuff. As bad as I hate to, I'm leaning towards my turbo LS motor just because I have it. I didn't really want to put LS in it. I wanted to go Pontiac, but I need to put that motor in something. I don't know, you know, what else to put it in. So unless I find another Pontiac motor that I can build, that might be the way we go. But I don't know. I'm really not in a hurry on this car. I really don't care, and I'm really wanting to get back on this one and, you know, get started on it. So we'll just probably work on this one off and on here and there, but this will be the biggest, big project. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at on everything. All right, so this video is kind of all over the place. I'm sure y'all noticed at the very beginning of it with the little update on the Ventura was before we ever even started working on this car. That was filmed a few weeks ago, and since then I have started on the floor pans on this, and then we went on vacation. We were gone for a little over a week. I just got back, so I kind of wanted to just give a little update on where we're at with everything. I've got everything tacked in on the passenger side. I got to get the car turned around and start on the other side, get that door off and all that. But it's kind of late in the day on Sunday. I got to go back to work tomorrow. I got a few things I got to do, so I'm not going to probably do much today. But I did want to kind of give updates on a few things. I have ordered some stuff for this car. All front end stuff. It's developed some weird noises in the front end, some popping and carrying on, and of course we knew we had a bunch of slack in the steering box, so I've ordered a new steering box. I've ordered new control arms, some new shocks. Those are things that I know it needs, and then once we get into messing with it, if there's anything else obvious. I really kind of wanted to go with some coilovers, but I'm just not at that point right now. I don't know, like I said, what's going on, what the popping noise is, or it's weird. It almost sounds like a spring settling, which, really isn't that big a deal. But if I got to go into it that far, I wanted to put new control arms and all that stuff on it anyway. I do still need to put rear shocks, some better rear shocks on it. I'll do that later, but I'm trying to get it done before it gets too late in the year. Because I always think, every year before a power tour, like I'm so far ahead of the game, and then I wind up thrashing like right up until the day we leave. So I don't want to do that this year. If we are able to do power tour, I want the car to be ready. So I went ahead and did all that, got all that stuff coming. We'll get on that pretty soon once it gets in here. And I can't remember if I showed my new steering wheel or not, because I took the one out of this car and put it in the Ventura, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty cool. It's comfortable. It's crooked, so I gotta straighten that up. But today I think the only thing I'm gonna really do out here today is clean my shop. It is a mess. Oh my god. And that way when I do get ready to start working again, I can find stuff. I got tools strode out everywhere. We have done a few other things in here since we worked on this car. One of my kids' cars, we had to do some work on it, and so I got tools out for that and just trash, and I got all this old crappy metal laying around that I keep tripping over. And I think when I do move the car, I'm going to try to clean all that stuff up underneath it, because once I start finish welding all this, I don't want to catch anything on fire. But yeah, I know in the last video on this car, we had a few little hiccups on this rear pan, but not near as bad as the front. But everything's kind of tacked in good and solid. So I'm going to go ahead and, start on that side before I finish welding everything. I'm just going to get all the patches in and tacked in, and then I'll just go in and weld everything up. And then I guess when we get done with that, we will probably tackle the trunk pan. I had ordered this piece and it was back ordered, and I canceled it and was going to order it from a different place and then forgot. So I still got to order that piece, and I got the pieces for these corners, but I got to figure something out for the very top part. And I'm trying to think what else. It seems like there was something else, but I don't remember what. It's been a crazy few weeks here lately. Had a lot of stuff going on, and then being gone for a while. We were gone for 8 or 9 days. I don't remember. Went to Florida. We usually do that once a year. And so I'm sure if you've seen the news, you saw that there was a hurricane, pretty bad hurricane come through. Really feel bad for the communities and the people that got, that were in the path of that thing. We were lucky. We were east of it a little bit. Really all we got was some wind and some rough surf. We didn't really get anything to worry about. I think we got really lucky where we were at. We kept an eye on it, and we almost came home early because I've never been through a hurricane. I didn't know how, widespread it was going to be, and I knew it was coming close to where we were at, and they kept kind of moving it around, like where it was going to make landfall, and so I was getting a little nervous, but we just kept watching the weather, and they kept kind of moving it east a little bit, so we quit watching the national news and started watching the local news, and the local news were like, "Meh, it's fine, don't worry about it." The national news made it sound like the end of days, but we decided to stick it out, and like I said, luckily it missed us pretty good, so we really, like I said, I only think we got maybe just a little bit of rain one day. And then, the last few days we were there, it was, windy, and the surf was pretty rough, but, that didn't really affect us too bad, so. But, yeah, I guess it got on up into North Carolina and Tennessee and really did a bunch of damage up there, so, our thoughts go out to all those people. It was crazy, all the flooding up there. I watched a lot of videos on it. It was wild. But yeah, it was a pretty bad storm, so. But like I said, luckily it didn't affect our area where we were at. We were in the Fort Walton, Destin area. But I think from Panama City down, I think they got pretty hammered down there. But I was surprised how far up the damage was, like up in the inland, up in, like I said, North Carolina, Tennessee, all that. They had some horrific flooding, so. But anyway, that's kind of what's been going on, where we've been, what's going on with the cars. I don't know, like I said, about the Ventura. What was that? Oh, it's my car I'm blaming on. The Ventura is just kind of on hold right now. I really just have struck out trying to find a rear end for that thing, so I don't know if I need to just try to rebuild the one that's in it. I just think that the money that I'm going to spend rebuilding that one, I just, in my mind, I keep thinking I'm going to find one that's ready to go, but I haven't yet. Well, I have, but they've all been far away. So I'm going to keep looking. I'm not, like I said, I'm not in a big hurry on that car. But I do eventually want to get it to where it's, drivable and usable, other than just sitting outside and under the shed not getting used. So, I would like it for it to be at least, this car, I can jump in it, even with the front end issues it's got. I can still drive it. It just makes some weird noises every now and then and drives a little squirrely, but nothing that we can't overcome. But it kind of sucks to have a car that, I've got as much time and money tied up in that I'm, not getting to use. So hopefully pretty soon we will find, I think if I can find a rear end and get some exhaust on it, and do a little interior work, it'll be driver ready until we decide about the motor and stuff. But because it does run, it's just a dog. It has absolutely it won't get out of its own way, But and then I do need to get back on this thing and finish up all the rust repair and, get a game plan on it. I have soaked these hood hinges trying to get them up to where I can get the bolts out to take them off, because they're not, the springs have rusted off of them. And so I haven't done that yet. they have not released, so I might wind up having to just cut them off and finding some different ones. But I really need to get the floor pans done and get moved on to something else on it, and hurry up and get to where we're just doing mechanical stuff and quit messing with the body. I hate body work. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So I'm just ready to get back to the nuts and bolts part of it, and hopefully get this thing mobile pretty soon. I mean, it'll still be a long ways. It's a long ways away from being drivable, but I haven't got burnout on it yet. As much as, you know, I do hate doing this metal work, I haven't, you know, given up on it yet. So we're still trucking along on it. Just the little vacation kind of put a damper on my time with it. So we'll get back on it. Hopefully this next weekend I'll get back out here and get this thing. Between now and then I'm hoping to have it turned around and, you know, get the shop cleaned up and get that door off, and then next weekend we can start on them other pans. And I'd really like to hurry up and get the floor pans done and then get it all finished welded and just be done with that part of it, because then we can move it. The trunk pan I think is going to be a pain in the ass. I've never done one of these that has the 3-piece, so getting it all figured out and with the braces and everything. And I think some of the braces go above the frame, so I don't know, this may be above my skill level, but I'm gonna figure it out one way or the other. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at for now. Well, I got the car turned around. That was a job. Whew. A little tight in here. I had to do like a 30-point turn back and forth trying to get it to turn. I usually just pick it up with my floor jack, but for some reason I can't find it. So I guess somebody borrowed it while I was gone. Either that or I'm just blind and I walked past it 7 times looking for it. But anyway. But yeah, so I got the car turned around so we can start on this side. It's not as bad as the other side. I think once I get all that sound deadening off, it'll probably be a little worse than I think. But it's got a little spot, you know, it's a little crusty around there, and there's some pinholes up there just starting. So I don't know how far up I'll go. This side's about as bad as that side over there. So, and then we got this we got to deal with, and then there's a hole right there. That's weird. So I have to patch that. But I'll get the door off, and that way we can get in and out there easier like we did the other side. And of course this side I don't think has as many, you know, contours on the toe board as that one did. So that'll, you know, if I do have to go up, it won't be, I hope it won't be as bad. Of course it will be for me because I just don't know what the hell I'm doing. But for somebody that knows what they're doing, that would probably be gravy. But, and since it's turned around too, when we get ready to start on the trunk, it'll be easier to get to, you know, turned around this way. Ooh, man, that thing is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Ugh, I don't even know where to begin on the trunk pan. But anyway, that's kind of just a little update on what's going on and what's been going on and what's fixing to go on. You know, I know it's been a little, like I said, a hectic the last few weeks, but we're still working on this thing and haven't forgot about the Ventura and still got stuff to do to the gray car. So we're definitely not without stuff to do. I just got to get off my lazy ass and do all of it. So, but I think now that, like I said, that this car is turned around and I've kind of halfway cleaned the shop up, that's the pile of stuff that came out from underneath the car. I'll get that cleaned up. That way I can get my welder back out. And hopefully, next video, ooh, that's kind of crusty right there too. Hopefully the next video will be working on these, which I know I kind of broke that up into 2 videos. I'm hoping I can do this whole side in one video, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And then I got to get all this cleaned out. There's some spots over there I got to patch. I'm sure there'll be some over here too once I get all the shit out of it. And But like I said, I do think I'm just gonna, once I get it all done, I'm just gonna coat the whole inside of the car with something. Like even up under there, I'm gonna scuff all that up because I need to take the column and the pedal assembly and all that out. It'll be easier to weld all that too once I do all that. And get everything coated to where, you know, hopefully we stop whatever rust is still there. You know, my biggest concern is just getting the structural part of it. I need to pull that rocker trim off and see how bad the rockers are and see how bad the fenders are. Like I said, I know the other side had split. This one hasn't, but I bet it's got some rust underneath that. But anyway, that's just kind of where we're at right now. So I think that's where I'm gonna end this video. I know I've kind of been rambling for a while, just talking about where we're at with all the projects and stuff. I just kind of wanted to give an update. Like I said, it was late once we got back from vacation and everything. I really didn't have time to actually do anything and make a video, but I did want to kind of put something out and, you know, talk about where we are with everything and talk about what we're going to do next, which more than likely will be the red car, maybe the front end stuff on the gray car. I don't know. We'll just see how things go this week and then kind of go from there. I appreciate everybody watching as always. I really appreciate the support that I get, all the people that subscribe, the people that like my videos, the people that comment. I really appreciate it. Go work on your junk and we will catch you on the next one.